about our current financial system.
Hi everyone, welcome to this winners party of New Forum's Identity Hackathon. We've been so happy to support everyone. New Forum is building together a builders network and a research network. It's initially launched by NewCoin, and we're so happy to have so many amazing partners who've been participating in this Identity Hackathon with us. We've had so many partners involved in that, and we're really, really happy to do more hackathons in future. So if you're a partner, a potential partner listening to this, please definitely reach out. We're more than happy. And yeah, we focused a lot around identity and reputation as a foundational design space. That is something that is going to unlock a new wave for the Web3 community in terms of building and adoption and things that need to really be built out fundamentally. So we're very happy to have, obviously, NewCoin is a key partner, Ceramic, Disco, 1KX has also been involved. Super amazing shout out to 1KX. Lit Protocols, Sysmo, JoeCraze, Gitcoin, Intuition, Guild, Orbis, CyberConnect, and Ethereum Attestation Service. So absolutely monster lineup of partners, of course. And yeah, we're very happy to have had 31 official submissions. We captured also 3 that had a couple of technical issues. So we were super grateful that we could get everybody on board with that and make it work. So really appreciate everyone's help. And we've had a lot of amazing mentors and partners throughout the whole month of building. So we extend a big appreciation and thanks to all of our partners and judges and mentors for really making this happen. And of course, to the builders themselves. It's been a real pleasure to get to know everyone, and hopefully you can understand it's a very open, friendly community, so you can always reach out if you have any questions, and we're very excited to kick off this bigger builders network as well. Yeah, so I would love to give a bit of an overview. We'll do the announcement right now, then we'll pass over to some of the judges who've been kind enough to join us for the session. So without further wait, I think the benefit of having everything in Web3 is you can already see on chain who exactly were the winners of the competition. So thanks again to JoeCraze for letting us do the voting through this platform. So I'm super excited to announce our final winners. We have 6 winners of projects that have submitted and have been voted on by our amazing judges. Congratulations again to all of the builders and especially to these 6 winners. So in reverse order, I'm very excited to announce Esoteric in 6th place. It's an amazing project. Congratulations to Edmund for your submission. We've been super excited to hear what you've been working on. Esoteric is a Web3 virtual social styling tool, and the taste card that's been submitted serves as a digital identifier to help fashion enthusiasts prove their cultural credibility wherever they go. This stack is using NewCoin protocol, and it's a really, really interesting identity solution here related to consumer use cases and of course to the creative industries. So congratulations on finishing 6th place in the hackathon. In 5th place is another super exciting team, super exciting project, Brainshare. It's been a pleasure to see this project grow. Congratulations to Vera Labs team and to Nick leading this project. Brainshare is a decentralized protocol for collaborative knowledge building, utilizing DIDs and W3C verifiable credentials to enable data portability and composable reputation. Really cool to see Gitcoin Passport being used here alongside Ceramic Network. So congratulations to the team on such a cool submission for the Identity Hackathon. In 4th place is a really cool project by Radar, in particular Radar Launch. Congratulations to Fancy for your submission. Radar Launch is super exciting, where builders and creators can share updates on their projects and build on-chain reputation to get sustainable rewards from that. Launch has implemented here on-chain beliefs. So beliefs are part of Radar Launch, go check it out. And additionally, looking at pool split rewards, and it started now its data graph. It's a really, really cool project for anyone who is a creator, builder, or visionary wanting to realize a new belief and vision in the world, and to enable on-chain reputation from building those visions is super cool. So congratulations on finishing 4th place in the hackathon. In 3rd place, we're in the top 3 now. It's getting really serious. We have Respect Protocol. Congratulations to Helena for the submission. It's a really cool project, creating a reputation graph similar to SSL certificates that allows easy exploration of your friends' interactions in your ecosystem. The stacks are really intricate here. There's 4 stacks from our partners being used: Ethereum Attestation Service, Ceramic Network, Lit Protocol, and Intuition. So congratulations to Helena for this submission. We're very, very excited by it. Go check it out. Go look and connect with Helena more, who is very eager to get more feedback from you. In second place, we're super happy to announce Plurality. Plurality is a great team behind it. Congratulations to everyone who's been involved in it. It's a Web3 onboarding protocol that migrates and verifies your social reputation and interest from Web2, if you're a Web2 user or creator, in fact, to your Web3 social network experience. So 3 stacks being used here from our partners of the Identity Hackathon. We have Use Orbis, Ceramic Network, and Lit Protocol. Very, very interesting, looking at social reputation and being able to port that across from your existing reputation, which is really important also for the intelligence layer of Web3. So yeah, congratulations again. It's been an amazing project, amazing experience to see and help you throughout the hackathon. So this leaves us to our winner of the NEWFORUM Identity Hackathon. Very, very excited to announce Vera by Sophia. Congratulations, Sophia. That's an amazing achievement to come in first place at the Identity Hackathon. Vera is a super cool project. It's an AI-powered chatbot that's helping you to understand and verify wallet-connected activity and even transform that data into verifiable attestations. There's lots of stacks going on here: Gitcoin Passport, Disco, Sysmo, and also I know Vera is exploring Newcoin Protocol as well. It's a really, really, really interesting project. Sophia's amazing. Congratulations to you on this. What a way to finish the hackathon with such amazing projects. So congratulations to all our 6 projects who have come in the top place through the discernment and skill of all our judges and partners who've been involved in this. And massive congratulations once again. And I would love to pass over to Jordan to help us catch a few words from our judges of what made them vote on these particular projects and what is sort of your perspective on the identity reputation space going forwards. Congrats again to everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, Malin, and congratulations once again to everyone. Just before I pass the mic to the judges, one thing that I'd like to add is it'll be interesting to have the judges share their opinion about why they decided to pick these kinds of projects. We had a few judges that actually DM'd us saying, oh, I have a contrarian view because I don't agree with the judges on this certain point, etc. So it's also interesting to see how we think of identity. And I think that that's one of the goals of this hackathon, is that identity is very broad. You can look at AI, at Web3 social. There's so many different use cases. And so even if you did not win, it does not mean that your project is not like amazing. Like really, that's what I want. One thing that I want to emphasize, certain submissions were not necessarily technical from a code perspective. The idea was great. So maybe, and I don't want to speak for the judges, but maybe certain judges prioritize technical coding over the idea, and vice versa. Some maybe less technical judges might say, oh, I prefer the idea because it sounds amazing. And in the end, it's really about making Web3 more easy to use, more accessible, and exploring these use cases. So on this note, I will pass the mic to, actually, I'll keep it open to any of the judges here. I see Nishant, I see Rafa. If you want to jump in, go for it.
Hey everyone, my name is Rafa. Some of you guys know me from a variety of different places on the internet. I run a community called Folklore. You can learn more about it at folklore.institute that focuses on curating and commissioning long-form content about digital culture. And the reason why I voted for the projects, which I did, was I was really looking for expansion. So one of the things that I was really excited about was bridges between crypto technology and other ecosystems of technology. So Vera was, I think, a really exciting use case where we're using really structured data, but then converting it into a conversational environment. And I think bridges between different types of media and different types of content are going to become increasingly important. I would love to call out Link Trust, which I also voted for as a person who works in also nonprofit environments and seeing firsthand what the trouble around getting allocated funds to people who really need it. I really appreciate the work that you guys are doing on the attestations. So great job, everyone, and really excited to see where you guys go at. Oh, and one last call to Patrick Skinner on looking at looking at identity in actual clubs and trying to quantify that. Not an easy problem, and I really look forward to seeing if you can not just build that for your community, but also for other types of sports and credential communities, which I think will benefit from a similar solution.
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, congratulations to all the winners and the hackers. I'm Nichanan, but you know, I go by Nich from 1KX. Yeah, was really happy to see kind of how far like decentralized identity infra has kind of come over the past year or so to enable you guys to build these projects. What I was looking for was things that improve I think like technical complexity is one, but also like things that improve UX and bridges the gap between the wider SSI infrastructure and our current like Web3 infrastructure. Right, so I'd like to give a shout out to the person who built, I think that was a MetaMask snap for SSI for you to leverage distant VCs in MetaMask. I think that will help sort of interoperability between like wallets that use, you know, regular crypto addresses and those that use DIDs, right? Also the Watt Paymaster, I think account abstraction and wallet infra has improved a lot over the past year. And, you know, it's kind of like a really nice rails to onboard non-crypto natives into Web3 and kind of abstract the complexities away. And I think, you know, Paymaster's gas sponsorships and just smart accounts will really help leverage that a lot. And yeah, I think giving like other projects I was excited to see things that give more context into and like attribution into different various contributions, right? So Brain Trust, where it's kind of like GitHub for wiki contributions. I'm a big user of Roam Research, and I've always wanted sort of like a multiplayer Roam Research type project, right? So yeah, tools like this I think are really exciting. And yeah, Vera was already mentioned. Just making Web3 easier to use and feels like you're interacting with humans as opposed to, you know, 0x zeros and ones.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nich. I don't want to sound like a broken record saying amazing once again, but it really is the case. I guess for the next judge, Charles, if you want to go next from Orbis, I don't know if you're available right now. If not, I can pass the mic to someone else.
No, yes, hi everyone. My name is Charles. I'm working for Orbis. Thanks everyone for taking a bit of time for this hackathon. It's always a pleasure to have people looking at our technologies and taking time to do research, also play around it. So it's sometimes we forget there's always like, yeah, we are building for you guys. So it's really excited to see all these projects coming together. So me during this hackathon, it was pretty hard to see like all the possibilities. Like it's such a broad topic. Like imagine the future of identity and reputation is such a huge challenge. And I felt like it was really exciting for me to see some pattern in this hackathon, especially around clarity, transparency, having like verifiable trust and proof of reputation is something exciting. And also making super simple for users to understand the technology behind it and also to understand the data. And I feel like this is why Vera and Plurality is really exciting about, at least from my point of view, is having very simple ways of onboarding users, making it easy for them to understand what's the data behind their identity or wallet. And I think this is where it leads to better clarity in this space. I've seen a lot of other projects very interesting. At least on our side, we really value like as soon as there is a bit of code in it. So we are GitHub guys. So as soon as there is a GitHub, it's really an exciting part for us just to look at how you structure the project. And I just wanted to call out also the Orbis chats, that it was very interesting to see, and playing like with an AI avatar, and having conversation in a fully decentralized way, private way. I think this is also something very interesting for us. So we will think about that in the future for our tech. So yeah, thanks everyone for your time and your research. Very excited about this space anyway, and I feel like some projects can really go forward. So yeah, excited about that.
Thank you so much, Charles. I guess for also one thing that I want to point out for the judges is I know certain judges didn't necessarily have the time to do the voting, but it doesn't mean that you can't give also your feedback in terms of like what you see for the identity space and if you've checked out a couple projects. So don't hesitate also to give an overview of what you're excited about when it comes to identity. And on this note, once again, I don't want to point the finger, but I am kind of going to do it. Maybe if 0x Designer, I don't know if you're in a position to speak, but big shout out to him who does a design every day for the Web3 space, and I think he'll have a really interesting perspective. So I don't know if you're available to speak right now. If not, I'll pass the mic to Kalia or someone else.
Yeah, sure, I can jump in. Thanks for inviting me to speak and also inviting me to be a judge. Honestly, I was really honored, and just want to shout out to everyone that built really cool shit. Excuse my French, but I just want to emphasize like how cool all these projects in the hackathon were. I think the thing to me that makes Web3 interesting is identity, and part of what drew me into collecting and investing lots of time, energy, and even money to building a collection. When I was in college a while back, I took a psychology course, and there was a research study that showed that sometimes they were allowing strangers to enter an individual's room, and they surveyed the strangers to basically judge the room's owner based on like the things that they have on their desk, the type of bedding they use, the stuff that they owned. At the end, when they asked this person's close friends and family to summarize their personality, and then they asked these strangers who were in their room to summarize their personality, they were pretty accurate. Sometimes the strangers even knew them better. The things that you own say a lot about you, and I think that was the lens with which I was viewing a lot of these projects. And so there was a lot of really interesting ways of expressing the things that you owned. I thought, congrats to the winners. Like in particular, Plurality did a really good job of compiling your interests. And, there's lots of use cases and even case studies about how just a like as a representation of who you are and your personality, you don't need that much information to really express yourself. The thing that really stood out to me, especially as somebody who tries to put out ideas every day for others to consume and build, is what I saw with Radar. I thought that was really interesting because there are things that you can own and a collection that you can curate that can say a lot about you, but then even just using the label of something like belief, I thought was really fascinating, that you could create a record of something that you believe in, and that could be consumed or perceived by others that know you or don't know you. Everything that we do on chain is some representation of a belief or ideal or value that you have, and then just labeling it a belief and then putting that out there for people to sort of interact with, I thought was really interesting. But yeah, across the board, I thought there was a lot of amazing seeds, and selfishly, it was really inspiring to see some ideas that, because I'm thinking about this stuff every day. There was some stuff that I think I would have never, been able to think about, even just with the reps and the volume that I put out. So I just want to say that there was a lot of inspiration, and I'll definitely be, for those that do inspire like future ideas for content that I put out, I'd love to just kind of reach out and connect and make sure that there's like proper attribution, because there's some really cool stuff. So thanks for inviting me to be a judge.
Thank you so much, and definitely to anyone that hasn't seen your designs every day, they should check them out because there's really amazing ones. I guess, Sofiane, if you want to go next.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today, for participating. I think the hackathon was extremely successful based on two metrics, 200 registrations and 31 projects. I think this ratio is pretty high for remote hackathon. So shout out to the New Forum team and everyone who contributed. On my side, so voting has been very challenging, very, very hard, because I started looking at the first project and I was like, okay, I was lucky. It was a cool one. Okay, definitely I will get back to this one. And then after the, I don't know, 9 or 10 or 12, I was like, but how am I going to decide? Because a lot of value, a lot of different angles. I agree with the diversity of like how identity can be perceived, from credentials aggregation to using an AI chatbot that replicates your voice and talks about all the things it has learned from you, to obviously the winners, which with Vera, which is able to analyze data from your blockchain history. So very, very diverse angles and all complementary, allowing you to own and get this space to practice. SSI has been around for about 20 years. And the reason why we were excited about Identity Summer and this idea of Identity Summer is that it's finally, the time has come. I feel strongly that the time has come because the building blocks are there and because the pain is there. The kind of pain I'm talking about is not that palpable when it comes to Web 2, because as long as it's not you who gets, randomly banned or something like that, there's no reason really to care about self-sovereign identity. But now we can see a lot of new economic models and a lot of new needs. I think I agree with the niche around this, the what paymaster. I think this is an amazing use case for Web3 because it really turns identity into something that drives intrinsic value. So it has like all the way from like the technical implementation of identity all the way to an actual use case where you can see an unlock. And I think that's what I have seen throughout the hackathon, like a lot of imaginative ways to capture all those like signals that shape identity, and also the premise of like all the unlocks, all the new things that will be possible. So yeah, the winners obviously are amazing. I think, again, diversity of approach. Plurality is more about your taste and all the things that you like represent you. That's also an interesting take, different from the kind of things I would have thought. So yeah, this plurality of expression of how identity can be leveraged, I think is the big value here. And to those who didn't make it to the top 5, definitely there will be opportunities. I would like to follow up and reach out and see how we can work together in the future. And same about partners. I think during the hackathon, we have seen also the emergence of like more and more coordination and formation of relationships between the different technology stacks, which kind of feels like we are all becoming part of a giant team with like different departments, and we are helping each other, solving problems. And yeah, that part was very exciting. It felt a bit like the formation of the DeFi ecosystem with like someone is doing the lending, someone is doing the DEX, someone is doing the, all kinds of like tools, and they all kind of compose a stack together. This happening to identity, I feel has started to really take off during the hackathon. So very excited to follow up on that.
Thank you so much, Sofiane. I'm looking at the time. There's maybe a couple more judges in the call. I don't know if Kalia, you're in a position to speak. And then we'll give the mic to some of the builders that won so they can share their perspective. And then for the last 15, 20 minutes, we'll also have anyone in the call that wants to join in, kind of discuss not only their project, but what they're excited about when it comes to identity. So I don't know, Kalia, if you're still in the call or if you had to run. The mic is yours, and if not, we'll give the mic to Vera Plurality. All right, Vera Plurality, the mic is yours. Whoever wants to go first.
I'm happy to share a little bit. I'm Sophia, and I'm the creator of Vera. Just wanted to say thank you all so much. Means a lot to have so much support and so much excitement for this. This has just been something that I've had an idea for, and now finally had a chance to spin it up and for the purposes of this hackathon. And a lot of it was really inspired. A month ago, I at Shelling Point, we had this conversation with NewForum and with Cisco, and we had this about how your wallet address is really like this backpack that shares all this information that you get from all these different endpoints. And right now, right, it's super early, so it's not that crazy, but with the potential of what it could be is incredibly exciting, and the potential of data that it does hold or will grow to hold is also really exciting. But one thing that I noticed is, as excited as I felt, I think the only people that get really excited about this are others that really understand how this works and really understand what data it's actually able to capture and what you can do with that data. And I was like, how can I get more people to see how exciting this is, and how a wallet address can be a really cool piece of identity? And that's where I was like, where are people talking? Where are people currently interacting with? And for a lot of communities, I'm part of a lot of DAOs that's on Discord. And at first I was like, oh, how cool would that be if I could just be like, hey guys, it's Sophia, here's a little summary of all, and then you're like, oh, Sophia, like, let me look her up and see all this little pieces of my identity. That's where it came from. And then talking with others in the community, I had all these exciting things to add in other tools. And that's where I also just got really excited about the future of like bridges and how we can interplay with the existing systems that we're part of and the Web3 ecosystem, and what that actually looks like to bridge pieces of your digital identity in general and bring them together. And I don't know where Vera is going to go. If anyone has questions or comments or thoughts, I'm definitely looking for direction. So yeah, definitely feel free to message me on Twitter, Telegram. Would definitely love any thoughts people have.
Thank you, Sophia. I know Pooja couldn't be with us today, but she definitely offered also to give feedback. And I think that when it comes to identity, she's definitely one of the OGs on the topic. So we'll definitely reach out also in DM. So thank you so much. Go for it, Madeline.
Question for you, Sophia. So yeah, we were talking back at Shelling Point a bit, also with Evan, and I'm just really curious for you if you see that this has a pure future as a public good, or if there's also some other support you're looking for where this could really go. So I would love to know a bit about how people can help you bring the right resources that you need to not only feedback, but whatever resources you might need for this.
Yeah, truthfully, I think the main resource is looking for ways to fund this. One of the reasons a lot of people were like, oh, I want to use this. And one of the main reasons I couldn't make it open for public use is because it uses up a bunch of API, for the actual like AI sec part. It uses a lot of credits. And so if I made it for public use, right now I was just bootstrapping it myself. So it would get a little expensive. So I would love to get more testing and more things. So definitely more project related grants, or if people have ideas on how on thoughts with that, definitely let me know.
Perfect. We would chat more. We will make sure you get connected, support you, and yeah, congrats again. It's a really amazing project and such a good use case for identity. We need to be able to easily read and understand what is going on to make people have a much better experience on chain. So yeah, love the project. I think we also have the Plurality team here. Would love to jump up and talk a bit about your project and where it's going next. And congratulations as well.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to all the people who mentored us, and also to my team who's also here. So great job, guys. And the intention behind Plurality was a little bit of like fix the world motivation that we had. As a teenager, I myself lived in a place where YouTube was banned for like 5 years. So the Web3 social side has always intrigued me a lot, like really censorship resistance, bringing together communities without borders, global opinion sharing. These are the things that hold a very close place to my heart. And currently, if you look that only 4% of the people are Web3, it feels like we're there is something that still needs to be done for the rest of the 96% to also be able to join Web3 and really get the advantages that it has to offer. I really believe Web3 social is going to be huge. And the motivation for me is to make the technology so that even my parents could join, and even grandmothers could join and really enjoy the benefits, you know. So our team would continue building Plurality until we get there.
This is amazing. And are there some key things that you would ask for from this community, from this network, that you think would be the most valuable immediately?
Yeah, I would love if somebody could like have opinions about how we could improve this, how we can really take this forward, and really if there are any directions in direction of grants or something, that would be really great.
Amazing. I was saving the bigger announcement to the end of the call, but yeah, definitely we will be having a lot more grants and opportunities. Excuse me. So yeah, we will be in touch and announce a lot of things around this. So happy to have you here to explain, and congratulations. If we have Helena, Fancy, or Nick, or anyone else working on those teams, would love you to jump in now or whenever you're available on mic.
Hey folks, covering here for Nick from the Brainshare project. So yeah, just a little bit about it. It's been kind of like a fun little side project that we did for this hackathon. Our main project is something that's called Vera, which is sort of like infrastructure for identity related projects and verifiable credentials. And for that project, we had built this Agent Explorer tool, which allows you to kind of like strap different UIs on top of different agents that represent you. And we kind of like rebuilt it with a purpose to allow a plugin architecture, which is sort of how Veram was also built. And that kind of gave us the opportunity to build something specific for this hackathon, which is this Brainshare project, which is like an application of what we kind of like want to build next, which is a usable tool for attribution. And collaboration with attribution. So I'm happy to answer any questions you might have here, or reach us in Discord or Twitter or wherever.
Thank you so much. All right, all right, about 18 minutes left. Malin, did you want to kind of expand the conversation to any builder right now that wants to share not only what they worked on, but also just share their thoughts on kind of the present future of identity, because I think that it would be really interesting to just have, from martial arts to fashion to purely tech identity, have kind of this bridge. So maybe actually to kick this off, Patrick, I don't know if you're still in the call, but Rafa did the shout out to you earlier when it comes to kind of martial arts and identity. So maybe briefly, what future do you see for that? And then we can kind of expand. Maybe I think Edmund worked on fashion. So just having these different overviews.
First off, awesome projects. I had a lot of fun and a lot of great opportunity just really learning during this whole building experience. And so I would say, as much as like martial arts is such an awesome use case because there's so many things that are already subjectively measured in kind of an objective way. So bridging that gap between what it is in normalized now versus what it could be on chain is a great opportunity to show as a use cases what you can do within other communities. I think that's a thing that I kind of spend a lot of time thinking about is, how can we take the use case of martial arts and identity and bridge that gap to other communities as well. And so that was kind of the very main intent of building this project specifically for martial arts, simply because if it can work for martial arts, it can work. Bridging the gap to the other communities is the next shorter step. So yeah, I think that's really the only major comment I think I had. A lot of great learning opportunities, and I think I'm going to continue to build into it simply because it's been a very fun project. I haven't really had this much fun exploring some new technology that I'm just still very new to. So I'm going to keep building into it and see what comes of it.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Yeah, we're excited to not only connect you with the partners if you need that, or just do a call with you and explore further. I think I see in the call Laura and Riley. I think it would be great if you can speak to have your perspective, because you see kind of identity, Riley, as like the adventure of Web3. Like anyone in Web3 has their own adventure, their own identity. So maybe to kind of complement what has been said today, I don't know if you wanted to add a couple words on that. I don't know if you're still here, or if Laura, you want to go. Once again, as we're approaching the end of the session, the mic is pretty open on anyone that wants to kind of participate and add their inputs in terms of what they're excited about when it comes to identity. Feel free to go for it.
Hi everyone. I'm Edmund. I've been working on Esoteric Taste Card. And just first off, I just wanted to say, thank you to NEWFORUM and of course, all the sponsors for this wonderful hackathon. I think it's really been, really for us, we've been in our main project really being focused around bringing fashion identity on chain. So it was really a wonderful opportunity to really come together with others building in the identity space. For us, really, I think in the fashion sphere, digital fashion has always been kind of, I suppose, sealed off into this corner as this thing where people are wearing things on avatars, and it's kind of almost designing for a future that doesn't quite exist yet. So, to have the opportunity to really look at someone's fashion identity in their existing wardrobe and bring those traits on chain, and then further just, be able to start taking their those attributes of their wardrobe and start giving them a personality that they can take across into Web3 and different applications. I think that gives a lot more utility to fashion. So, I think that's what our thoughts are on that. And, it's really fantastic to be able to explore these ideas with other builders in the space, and especially shout out to Sofiane as well, who really helped to guide what we were doing.
I just wanted to say, yes, fashion is definitely a cornerstone of identity in the real world. It's actually, a product that's mostly about identity. It's the only part of our identity that we really control. And very, very interesting use case. I think that I agree with the vision that 3D avatars and so on, it's a great vision, but it's going to take time. And starting with the thing that made Tumblr so popular and so powerful was the ability to create the kind of environment that teenagers have in their bedroom, which is putting some pictures of their favorite fashion models and musicians and artists on their wall to kind of start building their taste and their identity. I think having the ability to put that at the level of a blockchain wallet makes so much sense when you want to know not necessarily how the person looks like, but what they look like in terms of their taste. So yeah, very, very cool use case. I found it very, very fun.
Thank you. Yeah, and cultural identity, aesthetic identity. Sorry, rather than cultural identity. It's as Sofiane and I spoke about, previously offline. It's such an untapped area. But that has so much value. So I think it really, really what projects that we're working on today is really how to bring that value forward.
Thank you so much, Edmund. I see Elena just joined also. If you wanted to say a couple words, and if not, I think there's a couple of judges that are still here in the call if they want also to do a couple of closing words. But for now, Elena, if you're here, or Riley, if you're back, if you want to say something, go for it.
Yeah, I've actually found the hackathon super accidentally, and I think that one thing that I've been thinking through the whole through the whole way of going through the hackathon was just realizing how it is interesting that the network effect just exists, and like the reputation effect just exists, because like Twitter just accidentally showed me this publication about the hackathon, and probably that was like the only reason why I had this opportunity to join and see the submissions. And I've actually went through every submission that was there on the joke race, and I loved every single one. That was so cool to just see what people think about the identity, the reputation, and the involvement, and the use cases, and like the and the way how to make the world a better place. So I was just super happy to be a part of this whole journey, and I think that that's probably like one of the use cases that and like one of the goals that I'm trying to focus on while like doing something in the identity and reputation space, is to just make this like easier for the people to share good things around them, and like make this easier for the people to just participate in something that is relevant for them, and like for something that is their community, and they just don't have the opportunity to join yet, just because like the internet is not the best way to discover things, even though it just gives a lot of space for that. So that was super cool. And yeah, probably that's it.
That's great.
If there is any judges that want to share the closing words, I would love to pass the word to someone, because I still want to hear the what's the vision from every one of you, and what's the sentiment in the reputation and identity industry.
Thank you so much, Elena. And then, so Christina, if you want to say a couple words, and then after I'll pass the mic to either Sofian, Nitch, or some other judges that are still here on the call.
Hello, everyone. I just want to congratulate to the winners, and thank you, the organizers, for this hackathon, identity hackathon. For me, with the Project Film Fund, I'm like excited in the beginning, let's say, technically of the project. But I will continue building the convergence of storytelling and blockchain technology, and I'm excited about the tools that were in this hackathon. Basically, for me, I've learned about some of the tools. Some of them I knew, and I'm looking forward if it would be possible to work more with the projects, or through the NEWFORUM community and so on. So just thank you very much. Overall, I think it's great to inspire people to actually go for it, because I was thinking about it, I was talking about it and so on, and now let's go, basically. So congratulations to those who are much further in the way, and I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christina. And I think you have a great point about storytelling. I think that's something that definitely Web3 needs more of. And that's why it's great also seeing more consumer projects, Web3 social coming around and actually showing the potential of storytelling when it comes to bringing your project not only to the Web3 audience, but even to the Web2, and also having these verticals such as fashion, etc. That just broadens the whole spectrum. I don't know, Nitch, if you wanted to say just a couple closing words when it comes to, you shared earlier why you voted this way, but maybe if you want to talk about your perspective or 1KX's when it comes to just identity or broader topics for a few minutes, and then we can pass the mic maybe once again to Sofian or Madeline and have a couple closing words.
Sure. I mean, from 1KX's perspective, right? We started as a fund in 2018, mainly investing in infrastructure projects, and then kind of as the developer tooling, everything became more robust, we gradually moved our way up the stack to middleware, and now on consumer side applications, right? And especially over the past 2 years, we've been very excited about the consumer space, and a lot of that, whether it's social, whether it's gaming, whether it's creator economy, the primary building block of that is identity and reputation, right? In all these different various contexts. So yeah, I think it's for anyone building in this space is like definitely a very I guess sensitive and sometimes controversial topic, because people have different ideas about what identity is and how it should be built. And of course, you know, with any sort of standard adoption, it's a lot of shepherding different people. It's, you know, incorporating different perspectives and evangelism, essentially, right? So I think if you're just entering the space, especially, you know, just learning about Web3 and how it could be incorporated into your project, I encourage, you know, definitely like share your learnings publicly, because you never know how, like, who it might resonate with and who might reach out, right? And don't be afraid to reach out to people who are part of larger projects or you consider thought leaders in the space, because oftentimes like they're very collaborative and willing to bounce ideas.
Thank you so much, Nish. Yeah, I see a couple minutes left. I mean, there's so many really cool builders in the call. I mean, shout out also to one of the mentors, obviously here, Riley. I mean, I guess we have a couple of minutes left, so I'll just give the mic to you, Madeline or Sofiane, unless there's another judge that wants to say a couple closing words.
Hey guys, I'm not a judge, just a builder.
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to, yeah, thanks, man. Just want to jump in and say it was awesome hacking. Identity and the whole hackathon was a bit intimidating, just like from a builder perspective. I wasn't sure if I could catch up to everything and really build the right thing. But just seeing some of the SDKs that were out, and especially using Orbis, I thought it was super easy to onboard as a dev, and some amazing tooling in the identity space. So just look forward to more tools in the future, and just building on identity easier than ever before.
Very cool project. Also executed very fast because we had a catch up in the process, and I saw the progress within a few days. So kudos on that. And yeah, I think for everyone here, I think it's the beginning of a new scene that is forming, and I hope that through NEWFORUM and with this starting point, we are going to continue working together and creating more use cases, more links, learning through building, through conversations, and yeah, and making this whole identity stack take shape and progressively become the go-to destination. I think that if we can reach this point where everyone agrees on standards and stacks, it will be much easier to coordinate and interoperate the web as a whole, not just Web3.
Yeah, we are bigger than Web3. We have the rest of the internet to bring in. I just want to maybe add a few closing words, but if someone did still want to jump in, we have like a couple minutes there, so we'll just let anyone grab the mic quickly. Otherwise, I will do a bit of a conclusion and wrap it up for today. Okay, great. So thank you, everyone, all of our partners, all of our mentors, all of our judges, and of course, all of the amazing builders who have made this month not only super productive, advancing this very important space, but also very, very humbling to find people who are so inspiring, who are building in this space and connecting with everyone. So really big thanks from our side, from NEWFORUM and from NewCoin. To give you a sense of what's coming next, of course, we never stop building, especially in this market. So there's a lot more coming. To recap about what we're going to do, basically, we have NEWFORUM, which has been launched by NewCoin, and we are pushing a lot in this direction around identity reputation, and we want to continue to help projects to build. We will be launching a series of different networks that can help connect people at the technical level, but also at the human level, and looking at really how we get the adoption of this combined technology stack from not only our partners, but a lot of other partners that we have been talking to, thanks to the success of the hackathon, to really come in and build out this stack. So we will invite everyone who has been a participant of this, all of the partners as well, to be part of a movement in that space and to really get a lot of other opportunities, whether it's from grants, from an improved tech stack, working together, and also meeting up in person and having not only the online, but also the IRL side of the community. So thank you for everyone who's really made this a massive success. We welcome feedback massively. If you want to give positive, neutral, or negative feedback, we really accept it and embrace the fact that we can make this a better and stronger community for everyone. So please either reach out proactively or expect from us some feedback that we'd like to take as well. So yeah, I will wrap this up. We are on time, and please stay tuned for what's coming next. Congratulations again to the winners.